De Bruyne netted his first goal of the season for Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne scored a superb goal as Manchester City beat Shakhtar Donetsk to make it 2 Champions League Group F wins out of 2. Belgium midfielder De Bruyne exchanged passes with the excellent David Silva before curling in his first goal of the season from the edge of the area. Raheem Sterling added a late second from fellow substitute Bernardo Silva's cutback. Striker Sergio Aguero, looking to equal Eric Brooks' all-time goal-scoring record for City, suffered a rare off night and had a second-half penalty saved by Shakhtar's Andriy Pitov. The Argentine also had 2 further efforts pushed away by the Ukraine goalkeeper. Having found the net 22 times in their previous 5 games, City were expected to steamroller their opponents but were left frustrated in a goalless opening period which saw De Bruyne shoot wide from a one-on-one situation and Leroy Saint drill a low shot inches off target. Shakhtar had chances themselves, and Brazilian Marlos forced Ederson into a fine, full-stretch save while former Newcastle striker Facundo Ferreira nodded a free header wide from 6 yards out. Eredivisie champions Feyenoord, who were thrashed 40 by City in their opening group game, lost 31 against Serie A side Napoli in Tuesday's other group game. City win a different way. Delph played as a makeshift left-back for City against Shakhtar and boss Pep Guardiola said he was the man of the match. Ukrainian champions Shakhtar were one of the best teams City have faced this season and the Premier League leaders had to contend with some difficult moments before collecting the 3 points. Pep Guardiola's free-scoring side have blown away many of their opponents but they were made to work hard this time and have now won 8 out of their 9 games in all competitions, netting 29 times and conceding just 3. The former Barcelona and Bayern Munich boss failed to win a trophy for the first time in his career last season, but the signs are encouraging this term with a more balanced team who have adapted to his methods. Centre-back John Stones looks much more comfortable and made 101 passes, more than any other player on the pitch, and disciplined holding midfielder Fernandinho's 4 tackles, 4 interceptions and 5 clearances were unmatched by any other player. Another positive was the performance of Fabian Delph, playing at left-back in place of the injured Benjamin Mendy. The Englishman did not look out of position from his usual central midfield spot, winning the ball back 13 times. Guardiola said, "For me, Fabian was man of the match. The guy is so kind and helps the team, he is intelligent, is physical, and never loses the ball. He controlled Marlos and did it very well." Going forward, Spain playmaker David Silva pinged the ball around in his usual classy fashion. De Bruyne showed his flair with an outstanding goal, while Sterling came on to score his 6th goal of the season, again timing his run into the box to perfection before finishing. Goalkeeping problem solved. There was a spell of 8 games last season when City goalkeeper Claudio Bravo had conceded 14 goals from 22 shots on target. The Chile international has been replaced by £35 million summer signing Ederson from Benfica, who looks to be an impressive upgrade. Not only is his distribution eye-catching, often finding a teammate with a pinpoint pass towards the halfway line, the Brazilian is decisive when sprinting off his line to cut out the ball and confidently claims high balls into the box. Most importantly, City have found a goalkeeper who can make saves and earn points, thwarting Marlon and Tazon's efforts to preserve his 6th clean sheet of the campaign. Defender Stones said it is not easy coming from another country. From speaking to the boys in the past who have come over to the Premier League, it is a different culture, different language, and he has settled. He is speaking to us on the pitch, and he has a vocal presence and a presence as a person, which is a credit to him. Analysis. Former Scotland striker Ali McCoist on BBC Radio 5 Live. There are only 3 or 4 teams capable of winning the Champions League and I think Manchester City are the best placed English team. But I am not sure they are at the level to go and win the tournament. They have an unbelievable squad to pick from, so they won't have a problem there. Do they have that something extra to win the Champions League? I'm not so sure. What next? City face another stern test on Saturday when they travel to Premier League champions Chelsea. Kick-off 17:30 BST. Even at 10, we were stable. Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola told BT Sport, "A lot of credit to what we have done. The way Shakhtar play, they demand a lot of us, but our high pressing was brilliant. We had problems in the first half, we did not make enough passes in a row, but the second half was much better. We are so happy for the win. They were very narrow and there was little space in between, but then our fullbacks were able to dictate and created a lot of chances for another 4 or 5 goals. Even at 10, we were stable. We did not score goals, but it was a demanding game. The next game against Napoli will be even tougher. Aguero off the spot. The stats: Manchester City have won their opening 2 Champions League group games in a season for the first time. No Ukrainian club has ever won an away game in the Champions League against English opposition. Drawn 2, lost 13. Manchester City are unbeaten in their past 10 Champions League home games, won 7, drawn 3, their longest run without a defeat on home soil in the competition. Kevin De Bruyne has been directly involved in 12 goals in his past 12 games for Manchester City in all competitions, 3 goals, 9 assists. De Bruyne has scored 8 of his last 10 Man City goals from outside the box, including each of the last 3. Sergio Aguero has scored just 2 of the past 7 penalties that he has taken in Champions League competition, including qualifiers. Raheem Sterling has now scored 6 goals in his past 7 competitive appearances for Manchester City.